today, with our Westridge operations, we load about 5 tankers a month. With the project, if it's approved, that would increase to about 34. It's a material change for the harbour, but it's still a small percentage of the total traffic in Port Metro Vancouver. Today we're about 3% with the 5 tankers a month. If the project's approved, going to 34 would represent about 14% of the total traffic. Within the Sailor Sea, many people are surprised that there is already quite a large number of tankers calling here, primarily going to Washington State. There's 4 large refineries in Washington State, and they today get most of their oil, probably 3/4 of their oil, from tankers from Alaska. So there's about 6,000 large vessels calling into the Sailor Sea, split 50-50 between Vancouver and Seattle, about 3,000 to each port. Of that 6,000 ships, about 600 are tankers today. Of that 600, only 60 are calling at Westridge. If our project's approved, that 60 would increase to about, the 600 tankers a year would increase to just under 1,000. So we'd still be a little less than half of the total tanker traffic. But it's not a new trade for Vancouver. In terms of the tanker traffic, another way to look at those numbers is that today there's about 4 tankers a day in the Sailor Sea. 2 of them would be full and 2 of them would be empty. If our project is approved, what it means is that 4 would increase to about 6. So there would be 3 tankers a day in the Sailor Sea, 3 of them would be full and 3 of them would be empty. What's happening with our project, because that tanker traffic is here already, the size of the tankers isn't changing, the product carried in the tankers isn't changing, and the routes that the tankers traverse isn't changing. Really all it changes is an increase in frequency. And in terms of risk being probability and consequences, the consequences exist here already today. So whatever scenario could happen with a tanker grounding or a spill, the potential for that is here now. What our project represents is an increase in probability because of the higher traffic. And we're working with, through the term poll process with Transport Canada, to look at the existing navigation aids and regulations to see if they're, with that increased traffic, whether there's opportunities to further reduce the risk from where it is now.